It's just before 3 a.m. in the morning as a TWL crew in Ley City prepares to depart with cargo northbound for the highlands. This is the typical workday for the hard-working drivers, supervisors, and support staff of TWL. The crew in Ley are part of a well-practiced, well-trained staff of more than 300 workers in multiple locations around Papua New Guinea. They play the vital role in ferrying essential supplies to Papua New Guinea's oil and gas fields deep in the Hela and Southern Highlands provinces. From here, the drivers will make the trip along the Highlands Highway to Goroka, Mount Hagen, Kutubu, and then make the delivery in hides in 3 days.
Why me come stop long time yeah. Me look helping me school free blood beginning blow me. Now walk me looking one place interesting walk where me walk me say liking through no walk now me stop come now me stop long time.
Currently me stop me feeling me stop right lo this lab na helping me a lot lo side lo building me lo me been build this company we been building me lo where me been stop lo starting blooming na come so me looking me at big time lo me game can lo this company stop.
They're not just workers of a company. They are part of what's become a rich tapestry of the TWL story that began 15 years ago. TWL is the name that resonates with efficiency, reliability, and innovation in Papua New Guinea. It is now one of the biggest players in the transport and logistics space. But all this came from humble beginnings and a tiny speck of a vision.
Mi siliblo houseman na mi harem story blo kigira light of prophecy. You know that one day the gas will light up the whole world. It will light up Pogara, it will light up the whole world, the land of many colored men. And I see that, I saw that this prophecy was coming to pass. The Kutubus are called the Kutubu Waru Tugabes. And so the Kutubu Waru Tugabe means that they open and shut the muddy waters of Lake Kutubu. And so now they are opening and closing the taps of the muddy oil, so that is their prophecy. And so I was pulling, I realized that, I was pulling the Gigina Light prophetic, honors and the Gurupu Waratugabe prophetic, oil, and the gas honors together under one umbrella. And so I wanted to make sure that everyone, in this process, in this journey, in this ownership, continue to benefit beyond.
I was very fortunate to be there when kind of Larry and a few of the other guys, put their hands up and said, "Well, we'd like to take over Kutubu Transport. We just don't have enough money to be able to do so. How about Oil Search helps us?" We went through a process in Oil Search where we were able to secure some seed capital for them. We were able to work with TWL on their original constitution, their shareholding structure, etc. So that was the birth of TWL, and I've obviously kept very close eye on how TWL has developed over the years. Even though I've retired a couple of times, when Larry asked me to come back and help develop a oil and gas business for TWL, I was delighted to do so. So there's a lot that happened in between those 2 points. But that's really the start and the present of the journey.
Years ago, when many thought it would be too difficult, one man trusted and believed in unifying largely fragmented landowning clans in Hela, Southern Highlands, and the Western provinces.
with no experience whatsoever as a classroom teacher, I decided to embark on a journey to basically make sure that our people were well represented in the structure that I was putting in place, and make sure that there was sustainability beyond the oil and gas. So that was my focus, from day one.
For former teacher Larry Andagali, that meant going home, meeting with clans, having long discussions, and getting clan leaders to buy into a vision that would hopefully reap long-term benefits for them and their children.
I am happy that we have created a culture where people are trained and they move up and take over senior positions, and then they continue to educate their children and create and expand the middle class. Very important. We have to create employment opportunities, grow the company, pay taxes, do the right thing, expand the middle class, create employment opportunities. So TWL is not a company that is owned by Larry Andagali, or people should not be jealous about our success. They should be happy and feel patriotic about the PNG company creating opportunity for everyone.
Landowners in the business, to the real necessity to have a successful landowner company that could deliver value and returns to shareholders and involve people right along the project route, from Hides to Goonaboo, Moran, and TWL was the brainchild of a number of people. Obviously Larry and the board of TWL were absolutely committed to run a business that had great governance. It had ownership that was spread right across the project area. TWL was very different, and it's a real privilege to have been part of how it was set up and how it was run. So many congratulations to Larry, his team, the board, and all the shareholders that backed the company and built it into something very special, not just in PNG, but a model for many places around the world, and Indigenous ownership of a really, really successful project-based company.
And I don't know how and where Larry got this idea, and eventually it emerged to be a monstrous supply and logistics company that we have in the country. It's his brainchild, his idea, and many people think that that's his private company, but it is not. It's a company owned by many landowners. How he stitched them all together and the success it has come so far, I think it's a testament of his leadership and his knowledge and his ability to bring very differing communities, landowner leaders.
Have politics, landowner politics, getting in the way of business, then it's going to impact your, activities. But if you have a strong management, strong governance around, cooperation, and you comply with all, rules and laws of our nation, you'll succeed.
The relationships between the shareholders, especially the landowners who are shareholders of TWL, it's outstanding. And one good thing about Larry is he provided leadership between the board and the management. So in TWL, we clearly define the demarcation between the board and the management. The board does not interfere with the management. And Larry is the managing director as a landowner and as a director and as a manager. He sort of connects the board and the management. And I think Larry's leadership has been wonderful, and it clearly shows how TWL has progressed this far.
TWL was established in 2002 with the foresight from Oil Search Limited to support the creation of a local landowning company. The idea was to leave no one behind. Well, the company's genesis was rooted in the need to deliver critical road transport needs from lay to operating fields in the Southern Highlands. It was anchored by an even greater vision, and it centered around how landowning clans were going to fully participate in the resource project. This collaboration between landowners and resource companies laid the foundation for TWL's success. TWL's growth has been nothing less than phenomenal. The company's turnover has increased significantly. It now operates over 200 heavy trucks and employs over 700 staff, providing a wide range of logistics services. The company's success can be attributed to its robust corporate governance, visionary strategic direction, and a business model that reflects both that of a corporate powerhouse and a company well-rooted and sensitive to the needs of its landowning shareholders.
I think the next steps is to move beyond oil and gas. You'll see a lot more. Every banner that we have now, all of our new merchandise, all of our branding is beyond oil and gas. Oil and gas has been fantastic to TWL. It's a great industry to be working in, it's a great industry to be supporting, and it's certainly helped our business grow to where it is now. Without oil and gas, we wouldn't be here now. So we've got a lot of respect for that.
It was also always the culture that stood out to me in terms of how the employees interacted with each other, how the management interacted, and how the objectives of the company were being achieved through that culture within the company. And I'd never seen anything like TWL. When I walked in, I knew it was just like you took ownership of it as soon as you came in, and management made it so. Larry, he'd come into my office the first time I was sitting there, and he said, you guys are the engine room, and it's you. If you do it, then your company will succeed. If you don't do your part, then you're part of its downfall. So that ownership is just picked up as soon as you get in. It's like, it's mine. Yeah, it's mine. It's mine. It's my people back home. They needed my help and my expertise to come and help them to run it. I always think is that, like, I'm a daughter of all these people back home who rely on me with the expertise that I've received to come and run this company for the pride of all Papua New Guineans. It's a Papua New Guinean company, it's ours, and if I don't take ownership, then who's going to do so? If not me, then who? So it's sort of like that with every other employee. What I realize is they have so much pride of work coming and being. This TWL sign, you see it everywhere. These guys it just speaks of pride as being a Papua New Guinean. If you ask anyone on the street who's wearing, they're like, yeah, that's TWL. That's what we want. That's just the good, happy. You feel good that a local company is getting up there, nationwide on the scene there, and everyone comes to work. They're like, yeah, we're part of that big family.
Culture and people, and that's people are proud to come to work for, and contributing to a bigger purpose, and that alignment is with our Santos purpose statement is, doing our core business, which is providing clean energy, affordable energy, but making the world better. And out of our 6 values, one team, safety, building a better future, excellence, integrity. So those are sort of values. So it's not just for a corporate thing, but it's about living and working it day in, day out. So again, permeating and flowing that to our key, like TWL, and TWL has been a tier 1 because those are the values we bring, and one standard, one behavior for building, sustainability.
But what is it that makes TWL tick as a company owned by the people it serves? There's a deep obligation by the management and staff to give their best every day. While many Papua New Guinean companies struggle with staff retention, TWL has developed internal systems that reward and value its staff without downplaying the importance of cultural obligations and needs of its workers. TWL is also driven by the long-term vision of leaving lasting legacies, not just through the amassing of profits or corporate growth, but through the creation of generational wealth and the development of its people and their families.
And before them, I would travel come na, dressing blown, neat na, walk blown, na car blown sa clean so. And bilani mila drive my way too. Then mila come I would travel too. Mila walking go. Ben mi go chero na la field get. Me and walk get stop at TWL na mi go join TWL. So then mila walk on them mi come post long again. Mi come post the problem again. Then mi come manager na. Then mi say walk them. Mila stop go. Then all nala lili brothers for me PP ako ya. And come in again lo walk. Mi join him. So mi bla kind of simple stand la family company. Yeah.
Just to give you an idea, when we first started off, we had about almost all the management, about 50-70% of the management position occupied by expatriates when we started off. So over the years, we've come to most of the positions have been localized because of trained and qualified Papua New Guineans come online. Although the company is based in the Upper Highlands, from around Kutubu, Southern Highlands, Yala, and Western Province.
You know, Trans Wonderland, working in the local community, is going to look after the local community. That's what a good citizen does. It takes care of, his neighbors. It takes care of his backyard, and so just like us, Trans Wonderland is going to do the more or less the same. And so we're excited that companies like Trans Wonderland that started with the project are growing, becoming bigger, and undertaking what we envisioned in terms of national content. So very exciting times ahead.
TWL's commitment to excellence is evident in its investment in infrastructure, training, transparency, and accountability. TWL believes that business should be simple. There is a wrong way and a right way of doing business. Anything in between is wrong. The company has spent 6 million kina on its own improvement through workshops, training, and the development of drivers. It has also spent on accommodation facilities and has brought in trainers from Australia and New Zealand to improve the skills of its local drivers. TWL's trucks are equipped with satellite tracking, ensuring that cargo and vehicles can be monitored at all times. As the ExxonMobil LNG project progresses, TWL is already looking ahead to future opportunities. The company has established a presence in Port Moresby and aims to become a one-stop shop in transportation and logistics. Larry Andagali's vision for TWL is to develop an integrated, sustainable business model that will last beyond the life of oil and gas in Papua New Guinea.
There will be a new generation coming through, and that ties back to the earlier question about what are we doing and how do we see developing our young Papua New Guineans within the business. That's the whole idea, because we want to be leaving the company better than when we came into it. We want to be handing over a company that can, into the next generation, that they can now do things better than what we could, and taking the company to the next level. So that's pretty much where we're at to. We're not looking at, as I've said, not 1-2 years. We are genuinely looking at 20 plus years here. It's I won't be around then. I certainly won't. I'm hoping I won't be working in 20 years time. Doesn't mean to say that I won't, because I do enjoy what I'm doing, but I want to be exiting the business because there's a new generation coming through to say, okay, thank you very much for that. Here's the keys. You go drive the car now.
TWL's impact on the local economy is also profound. The company's success has provided employment opportunities, improved infrastructure, and contributed to the economic development of the regions it operates in. By distributing dividends to its shareholders and maintaining strong corporate governance, TWL has set a benchmark for other landowner companies in Papua New Guinea. Its journey from a modest landowner company to a major player in the supply chain, logistics, and transportation industry is a testament to the power of the vision, collaboration, and commitment to excellence.
you.